Hello, I'm Sean Skinner. Welcome to this amazing 2-volume DVD entitled Dryland Training for Hockey Skating. I have researched dryland training on hockey skating from over 20 years and taken exercises from all over the world to bring this DVD to you. This DVD is different from any other instructional ice hockey skating source in the world for 3 reasons. First, for the progression of exercises. The sheer volume of material and all of the unique training equipment I threw in first there.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. From this DVD in 3,
from
2,
from this DVD. This DVD. Okay.
Yep, right where the line is. 3, 2.
This DVD is different from any. I'm going to do that with my left hand. Okay. Because I was just speaking with my right hand.
Yeah, when you start with these cuts, try to keep your hands at your side, please. Okay. 3, 2. 3, 2.
This DVD is different from any other instructional ice hockey skating source in the world for. I wasn't looking properly. Here we go. Ready?
3, 2.
This DVD is different from any other instructional ice hockey skating source in the world for 3 reasons. For the progression of exercises, the sheer volume of material, and all of the unique training equipment from all over the world. First, and the key to this DVD, is the progression. Not just any progression, but a scientific and detailed progression of dryland training for hockey skating.
Start again. 3, 2.
First, and the key to this DVD, is the progression. Not just any progression, but a scientific and detailed progression of dryland training for hockey skating. I have organized these dryland techniques and exercises into chapters and a progression of movement patterns within each chapter. Then I have presented these movement patterns in order of technique, strength, power, overspeed, and conditioning exercises. This is better understood from the hockey skating flowchart. There are many dryland exercises for hockey skating. And
Start with there are in 3, 2.
There are so many dryland exercises for hockey skating that this DVD is spread out over 2 DVDs. This DVD? This topic is spread out over 2 DVDs. Yep, okay.
Please keep your hands at your side when you start this again. And there are 3, 2.
There are so many dryland exercises for hockey skating that this topic is spread out over 2 DVDs and is the 9th and 10th DVD in our 10-volume series on hockey skating. Second is the sheer volume and depth of material covered. I have synthesized and assembled a comprehensive research on this topic from over 60 years of the current body of instructional sources on skating from around the world. This is not just my own thoughts on skating, but a presentation from all sources combined. Where other videos of the past have shown 10 to 15 minutes on a particular topic, I will endeavor to show almost 4 hours of techniques and exercises. Third, I have endeavored to find almost every piece of dryland training equipment that applied to ice hockey from all over the world. I have also listed their contact information, and for those...
I have also in 3, 2.
I have also listed their contact information for those products that are still available today. There is no source, there is no place in the world where you can get the volume and the detail of training that you are about to see. I have even included a bibliography on my website so that players and coaches can see the volume and the depth of research. This DVD will provide the coach or player, whether beginner or professional, with a what to do and how to do it progression to attain the ultimate level of hockey skating skill for dryland training for ice hockey. Today's game...
In today's game, 3, 2.
In today's game, the ultimate level is playing in the NHL. If a player wants to play in the NHL or just be a better player. They need to be able to do as many, if not all of the exercises in all of the DVDs in this series. If they could do that, they could skate better than an NHL player. I hope this extensive collection will improve hockey skating for years to come. Let's get started. Before we get started training on this DVD, it's important that we have a proper warm-up. And when we speak of warm-up in ice hockey, players always think of stretching. Even when they go on the ice. They go on the ice and they stretch a cold muscle. It's the old rubber band principle. If you take a rubber band and you put it in the freezer and you pull it out and you stretch it, it's going to snap. We don't want to stretch a cold muscle. Actually, players should never stretch before exercise. And I'll share with you something very interesting. Beam did a study in 2001 and he showed that after stretching, there's a 12% force loss in force production from the muscles. Not only that, we have a 20% muscle inactivation on the quad and a 16% muscle inactivation on the hamstring. We do not want to stretch before exercise. What we want to do is we want to warm up. And warm up means to increase the core temperature of the body. We want to do that through jogging, running, bicycling, skipping, calisthenics. These type of exercises that increase the core temperature and prepare us for intense performance. Before we get started training in this DVD, I want to introduce to you the Dryland Hockey training shoe that I have developed in the early 90s. It's based on this principle. In ice hockey, we can't bend at the ball of the foot. We can only bend at the ankle joint. If you look at the tennis shoes I'm in here, in a pair of tennis shoes, you can bend at the ball of the foot. In a hockey skate, you can't bend at the ball of the foot. You bend at the ankle joint because the bottom of the skate is totally solid and flat. So if we go into dryland training exercise, if we're doing our plyometric training exercise, our slide board, our skill exercises, and we're in tennis shoes, we are not training with the same hockey-specific muscles. It's almost a waste of those plyometric exercises because we're not involving the ankle and we're not working on that toe flick part of the push for ice hockey. So you want to get yourself a pair of these dryland training hockey shoes. We've taken a sole and put it on the bottom of a hockey skate, and this is the way that we recommend you do the dryland training. The first exercise on this DVD is called board strides. It's an exercise that we did on the ice, and it comes from Stephanie Hanlon. It looks like this. Players are going to get into this deep squat position, and they're going to extend their leg in different angles. First, we're going to stride straight back. We're going to make sure that we squeeze with the glute, the quad, and we snap and flex the toe and bring it back. We're holding this position, so we're getting strength in the knee bend, and then we're getting technique training in striding and reaching our leg back. We're looking for leg stability so that the hips and the support leg doesn't wiggle. So we're striding straight back. You're going to do 20 to 30 reps on each leg and do 2 to 3 sets. And we can change this exercise, like right now I'm pushing straight back, and then I could push out to the side at an angle. So I could push out at a 45-degree angle, lock and back, 45, lock. Again, want to see players do sets of 20 to 30 reps, and they're going to do 2 to 3 sets at each angle. So from there, we're going to go to a straight out to the side. So from this knee bend, player's going to lock straight out to the side. Our next exercise here is open hip squats. So from the same position like board strides, we're going to put our foot in on the wall in an open hip position, so the heels are together and the toes are pointed out. And from this position, we're going to squat all the way down and back up. We want to thrust the hips forward and the shoulders back. So that creates more of a stretch. And then squat down and back up, trying to keep the heels down on the ground. Again, we're doing 20 to 30 reps. We're going to do 2 to 3 sets in this open hip position for flexibility, for strength, and technique. Our next exercise is for hip flexibility. Here we could do this over one hurdle, or players could set up multiple hurdles. This exercise comes from both Finland and Sweden, and it comes from track and field first, but used for ice hockey. So here we're having the player lift the knee up and over the hurdle and down, up and over. Great exercise for defensemen, for opening and pivoting with the hip. We could go the opposite direction, up, over, pivot, and especially going backwards. Another way to work on this open hip stretch is with multiple hurdles, and it would look like this.